people can do anything they want. After a tragic accident, life's not over. You get back out and you can do a lot of things, but you just do them differently. And meet the man here.
There he is.
Richie, how are you, mate?
Really good.
Losing the leg certainly was a big change for me because I was 23 when the accident happened, so I knew what real legs are. Went on a flight one day in our airplane, any normal day, and we were in a plane crash. I lost both my legs, lost my dad, and a good friend of mine who was my flight instructor.
They kept pouring water down there, and of course the plane was on fire, extremely hot. They couldn't do any more. It was just too hot for them to be near the plane, and then they had stepped back from the plane, hearing this young man, and evidently Brad got his arms up through the crack in the plane, and they ran back and literally jerked him out of the plane, and 40 seconds later the plane blew up.
Of course, they're saying both pilots had died. And then they said one critically injured person was being air vac'd out. And I saw this person go by on a gurney, and it was just like, dark, and I didn't think it was Brad because I thought Brad might be flying. Brad and Bruce would be flying, and they said both pilots were dead. So I got on the phone, and they said, we have a Brad Kendell here. So I knew Bruce was gone, but yeah, I didn't lose my child that day. It's like a celebration. Everything we did with him was a celebration, step by step.
Where are you going? I'm going to Disneyland. You gotta go get your legs today.
Going to get fitted.
Alrighty.
And a haircut.
Okay.
I mean, he was very stoic and just incredible. He didn't ever say a word, complain, why me, anything like that. As I said, losing his legs was hard enough, but for him, losing his daddy was the worst.
After the accident, a good friend of my dad's, a family friend of ours, said, Brad, you were a pretty good sailor when you were younger, and I think you should, get back into it. It'll help get your mind off of things, which it did. You leave your wheelchair on the dock, or you leave your prosthetics on the dock, or even if you sail with them, it's getting out on that water and just having the wind push you around with the sails is a great sense of freedom. So I went down and met a team in St. Pete, and they took me out on the boat. We got back to the dock and they said, we'd love to have you on the team, and let's do a campaign for the 2008 games. Even when I was sailing, when I was younger, I never even really thought of going to the Olympics, or certainly not the Paralympics.
Brad sailing is totally a tribute to his dad. And that became real apparent when he got back from Rio. He goes, I think about him every day.
He's a lot of fun, but at the same time, he's a fierce competitor. Sailing is in Brad's blood.
The people that make these decisions are not sailors. All they look at it is as a sport that doesn't bring in enough money and doesn't do media. It's unfortunate for the younger sailors, the younger disabled sailors that have a dream of going to the Olympics or the Paralympics.
Without the Paralympic path in front of people like Brad, who are the high-end competitors, it doesn't show others what. It doesn't give people things to strive for at a higher level. So I think it's a real shame that opportunity is lost. I don't think the success in the Paralympic Games totally defines Brad. I mean, he's got a daughter. He's got, he's close with his mom, so family is very important to him. He's got a lot of friends, and no matter what he does, he's going to be all in, and he's going to do it well. And that's the kind of guy he is.